back, everybody. So today we're going to have the Bell's Brewery Advent Holiday Variety Pack. This is for December 21st, and it's Kalamazoo Stout. So this is one that they have changed the label on or updated the artwork. This says original 88 recipe. Now, I'm guessing they've all used that. Maybe not. Not sure. Packaged on 10/24/19. Shelf life is 6 months. 6% ABV. This has probably been sitting out about 20 minutes. So let's go ahead and open it and get it into a glass. Some people aren't too fond of the new artwork. I do like the one on this. The porter is just meh. If you didn't watch that video, you can go back and watch that to see that new label. So for the head, we do have a chocolate colored head, small and a couple medium bubbles in there. Head is dissipating pretty quickly. Not sure why, as it shouldn't, in my opinion. Color. It is black. I do have a darker amber hue at the bottom of it, but for the most part it's as black as the black is on the label. Let's go ahead and smell. Chocolate, roasted malt, maybe a touch of coffee, but I think the chocolate in this one really comes out. A little sweetness in there, but that chocolate does mix well with the roasted malt and the coffee. Now the coffee could be from the roasted malt, depending on what kind of roasted malt or how dark the roasted malt is. It's going to give off some chocolate and some coffee. Now there could be some roasted darker malts that give more chocolate than coffee, than some that give more coffee than chocolate. I haven't dove into all those different varieties of darker malt, so I can't say yes, this is using this and that's using that. If we do look at the back, aromas of dark chocolate, fresh roasted coffee, balanced. It doesn't say they use like cocoa nibs or anything like that in secondary, so I'm guessing just because they don't say it, that everything is from the malts they're using. Let's go ahead and taste. Big time roasted malt in there. It's giving off bitterness. I'm not sure if that bitterness is, I'm guessing it's from the roasted malts. It's like a bitter coffee is what I get, but big time roasted malt in there. I don't think they use a ton of hops in this, so I think it has to be coming from the grain. I also don't think they use coffee beans, so you're not going to get anything from that. But yeah, that big time roasted malt is in there, and then I get more coffee than chocolate. There could be a little bit of chocolate up front, but after that up front palate, it really starts going back into all those roasted malts. That big time, almost burnt roasted malt. And then in the aftertaste, it does sweeten up a little bit. You get more of like a sweeter baker's chocolate than anything. But that roasted malt, that dark, almost burnt roasted malt, really stays with your palate. Like bitter. Bitter, I would say like a bitter, dark, almost burnt roasted malt taste is what's in there. I'm going to see if they have the IBUs. No. I was thinking, because on some of Bell's beers, they do put the IBUs, or somebody does on Untapped, but this one doesn't have it. It's just because on the back it does say with a hop present, significant hop presence. Maybe that, man, it doesn't taste like a bitter hop. It tastes more like a bitter coffee. I guess that could be coming from the hops, but I I think it's from the grain. Maybe the hops are playing a part in there, or they're coming across as more of a perceived bitterness, a higher perceived bitterness, but it just doesn't taste like a hop bitterness. You know, sometimes in like a IPA, a double IPA, you can say like a grapefruit rind, something like that, and that would obvious most of the time be coming from the hops, and this doesn't give off that bitterness like that. It's more to me a malt bitterness. Um, on this one, I would probably have to go with a 3.75 out of 5. Now, on Untapped, the other two times that I've checked it in, I gave it a 4.25. I think that's too high. Maybe this is a different recipe than before, because I don't remember that saying original 88 recipe on it before. But it just, I don't, there's too much of that bitterness in there. You're not getting the coffee, the chocolate like I think you should get in a stout, and it's just throwing it off. I mean, even as I'm talking, that bitterness is almost like still building in there. So yeah, 3.75 out of 5. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Check out some more of these videos over here, and until next time, happy brewing.